Welcome back, everybody. Another episode of Rising from Iron. First thing I want to go through is I played 4 games last week, 3 with Victor and 1 with Action. As you can see, lost all 4 of those games. But unfortunately, a new patch came out, so I wasn't able to watch the replay, unfortunately. So I'll just quickly go over it. This game I thought was the best out of all of them, even though we still lost. But if I recall, we invaded, and I believe we got at least 2 of them in that invade. So we had an excellent start. I don't know if that made us cocky, and we decided, oh, this will be an easy game, but we threw it. And then each game after, you can see 1 and 6. Game only lasted 18 minutes, and then 0 and 3. I was starting to go, I don't think Victor is for me. He's still a fun champ, but I'm still trying to figure out his last hitting, trying to figure out when I need to poke depending on the matchup. And then Action, I just decided, I'll try someone completely different, and that also did not go well. So either mid lane's just not for me, or I still need a lot of practice for it. But today we'll be watching, I decided to play top, and I was going to give Shen a try. And, well, spoiler alert, we won. It was one of those back and forth that, I think it was McBlaze that said, when you play in Iron, it's basically like team deathmatch, where it's just back and forth killing champions, and it's like the objectives become secondary. So here we go, we're gonna hop right into it. Now Shen I've watched a few guides on just to understand his abilities, what you generally want to do. So I know you want the Q to go through the enemy champion because then you'll get additional attack speed. Trying to have that extra awareness with his ultimate. Check my other lane, see if they're about to initiate a fight or not. And well, I definitely got a couple of good clips that I ulti in and help get some kills. Don't worry, there's plenty of mistakes that were made here. So I figured Riven's probably leashing. So I knew at least attack the minions once or twice. I'm going to try and get the level 2 advantage. Let's see if I'm aware of it. Nope. I'm like, okay, cool, I'll go in. So I'm like, I'm pretty sure I could win this. And then I look and go, I mean, maybe I slightly won it, but not by much. So definitely kind of learned from there. EQ, just land a couple of your hits and then back off. Probably what I should have tried to do here is when she comes up, poke her. Land my Q, hit her, so that way minion waves will start attacking her. I think my focus right now was to push the lane. And then I just had this strong feeling, even though thinking on it now, that doesn't make any sense. If she leashed, then Zac would be in blue, which he was. So there really was no need to ward here. And then I decided to do a cheater's recall. With it pushed up like this, and I felt she could easily just all in me. I did not do good with last hitting. Even though I played a couple of bot games with Shen just to get a feel for how much damage he does, definitely the biggest thing I need to work on is last hitting. It would be nice to have someone tell me, should I be trying to poke with her, but I kept thinking no, because if she does a full burst like that, it's going to be an easy kill for her. And really at this point, she wasn't being too aggressive. She was just always waiting if I was going to come up, and she would try to CS and see if she could hit me at the same time. And then I at first thought, oh, maybe I should recall, but then I'm like, no, I gotta push the lane because it's gonna freeze right here. So I knew I had to keep pushing it, and it was a cannon minion, so it wasn't too terrible a thing, but she shows right back up, so she's not gonna miss anything. But I figured at best I really do need to reset it. I was thinking of warding up there because I had a control ward, so I'm like, maybe I'll just stick it here. I am curious what she was doing. Interesting. Annie went what? So yeah, this Riven just... I guess she was trying to go mid. Do something. So wow, it's crazy to look at her now. Wow, so this Riven traveled all the way to Dragon. But my team kind of threw it here. Going, oh yeah, let's go in. But here's where I'm like, oh, there's a fight going on, so I go straight for Vi. Hop in, get both of them. And luckily, Annie followed us. I kept trying to peel as best I can, like go after the carries to keep them away, and then I'm like, okay, Riven's kind of the threat here, but then she gets away, so then I'm like, okay, well, let's go after Vlad, get him. And then, okay, Riven's trying so hard, and then, oh, yep, she got the kill there, but then I'm just like, okay, I'll just clean you up then. So right there I got 3 kills. I thought, it's weird, I thought she was the jungler. I'm like, oh no, the jungler's gonna get me. I'm like, wait a minute, she doesn't do much, and then Vi's right here, so it's like, oh, let's get her, easy. I'm generally a more passive person. I know that in League of Legends that may not work out very well. And then I thought this was a pretty good trade. But yeah, I love doing this, just freezing the lane right there, preventing her from trying to come up. The best way to last hit, just get used to it. I kept trying to see if I could win in a fight with the 2 important items that I got, because I knew it's like there's no way she can deal too much damage to me, so I might be able to trade better with her. Yeah, she kept wandering. She kept roaming a lot. Just kept disappearing from lane. But she's like, oh, I can't get kills. So she's going to try and go somewhere else. And I can totally see skill cap going, this is a terrible mistake because nothing's happening. She's literally wasting time. She's not collecting minion experience. Pretty sure I'm looking down here and I'm like, okay, I'll go and get Vi, but then Vi flashed away. I shouldn't have E'd Zac now that I think about it. Vlad was just open right there. Yeah, wasn't that an awesome escape? Yeah, see, Ezreal would go too hard. Like, it's like, dude, you need to stay back a little bit more. Nice snag on the kill, but then Vi just throwing away her life right there. Well, now for me, I'm like, okay, back in top. Riven just died. I was like, Vlad is mid. Ashe is down there, so I'm like, okay, cool. I'll just focus on this tower, try to do as much damage as I can to it. Again, I don't know why I was so afraid of Neeko. I thought it was the jungler, and I'm like, well, I better not underestimate this jungler here. But it wasn't. It was the freaking support. I'm level 10. She's level 7. Wow, this is seriously embarrassing even for me to look at it. I really need to have so much more awareness about who's the support, who's the jungler, who's every role, and then taking another look going, they're level 7, you're level 10. Okay, looking back, CSing wasn't terrible. I don't know why, it's like either all of us were doing bad CSing, because I was like, sure, I should be getting much more CS. I'm pretty sure I was looking mid, because I'm like, okay, Annie's pretty low, so if they decide to... Oh, no, I was looking here now. Because I'm like, Ez, you are, playing with fire right now. I know Neeko is so tempting. Okay, I forgot about that kill. So, I'm still going top. Just trying to split push, but my eyes are still down here. And that's when I'm like, oh, fight's breaking out. Jump on Karma. Which I probably should have jumped on Vi. But then I knew, like, okay, either gotta grab Riven or Ashe. I probably should have stayed on Ashe to keep her out of the fight. But I was like, okay, try to focus squishies, and then, oh, Ashe is right in my face, so get her. Here, probably still should focus Riven. But once Vlad was running away, it's like, okay, yeah, I'll turn on Riven. And then Annie was right there for me. Boom. But I think my mindset was like, okay, we killed 3 of them, so push a lane. Oh boy, I know what's about to come up. So, I was like, okay, 2v1, she's really low. This will be easy. We can jump right in. And watch, Ez is going to land a couple of shots. Watch this. Yeah, that was painful to watch. I really thought Ez was going to follow me in. That's a okay. And then he left when he could have at least farmed up. Yeah, this is where I really started to understand why skill cap says Iron is pretty much just death matches. Or just anytime there's a place with champions, people just go there and just start fighting until there's a winner, and just spam abilities and Okay, Nico again has no idea what she's doing. I remembered about split pushing because I still got my ultimate, so I can pretty much go anywhere. So I decided, let's go mid. Ezreal gets jumped, and I'm like, oh, there's two of them. I'm gonna get both of them. And then what do? We all group up, and we just get completely obliterated. Let's see if we do this in slow motion. I'm looking. Annie goes in, flashes. I ult her, but she dies, and I'm like, crap. So I start looking, and I'm like, okay, I do have my teleport, so bam, I teleport here. And Vi was able to steal the Baron from them, and we mop them all up. And I help out Karma chase down Ashe. I didn't want to E too early. Even though thinking on it now, it's like Ashe doesn't have any kind of jump or dash or blink or nothing. But yeah, I decided to fight Riven. So I'm like, I'm not going to win this. But I still thought that was just kind of cool. E to knock her away and knock myself away. So yeah, this is terrible positioning on our part here. So we got both of our carries. We got Annie, we got Ezreal in the bottom part of the river. Their whole team is here. Vi is trying to set up for stealing the dragon, just like she stole Baron. And then me and Karma are over here thinking, oh, maybe, we're waiting for an opportunity here. This blew my mind, and Annie probably saved us in that fight. She knew she was going to die. Oh, okay, she fired breath. And then stunned. Okay, Zac and Riven. Ezreal was focusing Ashe, luckily, and got her. But yeah, they all got focused. And yeah, we just pretty much came in and cleaned them up. That was where I started seeing, I think I started to have some good damage because of Demonic Embrace. And I knew they had to be up, so I'm like, okay, get the tower, got 600 gold, super nice. But it looks like they kind of they overstay their welcome, and Vi decides to go in. Does she get away though? I'm sure she does. Yeah. So yeah, our team. Oh my God, this Nico. So here I had a feeling, I'm like, they must be coming over to me. But I patiently waited. I saw Zac was still down there. Didn't know Vlad was also down there. But then I thought, okay, Ashe shows up here, so maybe they gave up, figured I was recalling. And then I saw Riven, so two of them are there, which means Zac and Vlad are down here, and the rest of my team are chasing after them. So I'm like, okay, we got this. Started just chunking Vlad. Ezreal, nice job. Riven decides to kind of get a little too close. Zac is stuck, but then decides to go in. I'm like, okay, I'm going to make sure Riven stays with me. And boom. Super easy fight. In my brain, I'm thinking, this is a perfect opportunity to test out E Flash. Let's see what happens. I think I wait too long. I E, and then Flash. You got two people just trying to push the lane, deal damage to the tower. And once they saw enemies, they backed off. I was totally surprised at that. And then me and Vi are like, cool, we'll just get this mid tower because nobody's contesting it with us. And then we back off. I always love being a badass like that. And then look at that, our bot lane keeps going, and we actually get the tower. It's hard to tell if they may have overdone it a little bit. I do come in on Annie. This is where Vlad, I think, was pretty strong. I thought we had Zac. I'm like, oh, they got him, so I'll go on Vlad. And then I'm like, oh, crap. And I'm like, okay, at least finish him off. But then, his dang passive was up. I think this goes over to them. Yep. And Vi decided to go in, flash out, and then we have someone teleporting in. Annie. Just literally giving over. I'm going to assume she didn't know how to cancel her teleport, because that was definitely the stupidest thing I had ever seen. I know there's a fight that's about to break out. I pinged at the last second because I knew Zach had to be up there. Fight breaks out. I come in. Fight gets killed. I'm like, we gotta go for Riven, but I'm trying to hold off the rest of them. I ult somebody. Nice. We ace him. So it's just me and Karma. I did think we might be able to end it here, but I did not want to throw this, even though how could we have thrown it? We still had our inner towers still up. No, I definitely would have died. And then they go hard for Ezreal. Wasn't sure if I should just jump down there, but since I saw Nico and Riven right there, I'm like, well, this is going to be an easy fight. That's when I started to realize Shen can actually do some really good damage with his Q. And I really felt confident with the amount of damage I had, but nope, that's when I was like, Vladimir, he hurts. I think at this point, yeah, nothing really happens. We have a few more skirmishes, but Riven's useless. Vi's strong enough to just 1v1 people. I know I was pinging, saying like, just focus the Nexus, just end the game. So our minions do it for us. And that was the game. Okay, and so we got a very successful victory. I do think we earned that towards the end. Plenty of mistakes, but that is the process of getting out of Iron. And speaking of which, looks like I'm now at Bronze 4, so we have gotten out of Iron. Well, that is pretty exciting. So, we're going to continue next week and see how much further I can continue to climb. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and please comment and let me know what you guys think of the video and what kind of improvements, both the video itself, but also in-game. Please let me know your thoughts, so I'll see you guys next week.